Hey, welcome back to 99 Dreams. This is Kyle. I've got a super nerdy, super power user dream today. This is for my Supabase fans that are out there. Today we're going to create our own CRUD app, and I feel like this is going to end up being one of the most powerful use cases of Dream. So if you have access to an API and a database behind it, and you don't have engineering resources and you just really need something built, imagine yourself as like a product owner, any team lead, somebody trying to create a report, somebody trying to like manage access to a product. You don't want to bother engineers and you don't like logging into some crazy complicated database. And Supabase is great, but even Supabase can be kind of complex sometimes. This is pretty cool. So check this out. First things first, we need the schema of the database. And I don't want to type that out myself and I don't want to find it or I might not know it. So we're going to use our API feature that we already have for fetching. And I'm going to fetch our Supabase URL. Supabase requires a custom header, which we have a feature for already, and it's called API key. And then you put in your API key. And I can test that, and I get results. So this is from our waitlist for Dream, actually. So I'm going to use this data, and already with Dream, we already have this feature that's built in for you. We're going to automatically scan that with our scanning agent, and we're going to store the context so it understands the schema of this data. I'm going to save that. And this is a pretty straightforward prompt, but I'm just gonna copy and paste it in, and I'm going to read it to you. I want to create an admin app, nothing fancy there. To manage the database table, nothing fancy. Mention Supabase so it knows. This is a nerdy but obvious thing. I want to add a local storage because essentially to log in, I'm going to use the API key that I just used. So I'm going to use the Supabase URL and the key, and then I want to use those from local storage. I'm just saying this last part right here because sometimes Dream, we've geared it to store data, but we're actually calling real data here. So I just want to be very explicit on what I want to do. And I know I've got my attached data here that I can hover and just quickly see. And I'm just going to let that run. So you can see that I've got the attachment of the API data that I sent. I've got my schema information here in the context. And this is going to go off and create this. And just so you know, we're using the new Claude. It's 3.5 Sonnet new, which is the funny name. All these LLMs have horrible names. But this thing is even smarter and faster than literally yesterday for us. So it's already producing better results. So this thing's going to go off and create our app for us. And I'm going to like sit back and sip some water and let it do the hard work. Remember, typically at this point, you'd have had to beg, borrow, or steal somebody, or you would have never gotten this UI in the first place, or you would have had to hire an external contractor for a decent amount of money to build something like this. And if you can do this now with Dream just with an API, imagine what else you can do. So cool. Let's see. Um, Sweet. It's got our users already setting up for analytics, and I'm betting that the settings has a place for our key. So let's try it. Sweet. I was hoping it would do that. I'm going to put in our URL. It's not secret if you've ever logged into our product, you've seen this URL. The key is secret. I'm saving and connect, and bada boom. So as quick as it did that, it pulled in the users. I didn't get to sign up. Oh, I actually did. Shoot, I didn't see it at first. Huh. They use a scatter plot and it actually shows people signing up for our wait list over time. So you can actually see that here. Uh, and six in the last 24 hours. That's a pretty cool metric. And these are our, if you've ever signed up, you've seen your number in line for the waiting list. So you can see there's still a lot of people. We're starting to let people in now. But I can keep going on this, but come on, like this already has what I want in terms of just getting to our waitlist users. This is pretty awesome. Oh, cool. And I just let myself off the wait list. I should let myself back on probably. Cool. Okay, I'm active. So this is functional. This is actually like this would remove somebody from the wait list if I edit that. So hopefully you're pretty darn excited about that. I'm just gonna see all the aliases people in there. Cool. I'll stop here, but there you go. Was that was pretty easy, right?